Thanks for joining us for the Long Island Sound Podcast. Each week we explore new music and dive deeper with the artists and their stories behind the music. Please subscribe and rate and review us wherever you stream this podcast. Here's your host, Steve Yusko.
You're in store for a great catch-up interview with the fabulous Kelli Baker. I interviewed Kelli about a year ago, early in the podcast, and at that time I said she was rising like a phoenix, and man, was I right. She's doing really well, gigging all over the place, across the country, and we had a nice catch-up on two of the songs that she introduced. One is called Dr. Feelgood, and we're going to hear that next, and I'll leave the rest to the interview. Check it out.
Sitting around me and my man. I don't want nobody. Always sitting around me and my man. Whether it's my mother, my brother, would you believe I'll get up and I'll put on some clothes and trying to find somebody for them? Yes, I will. I don't mind company. Oh, you know that company's, oh, it's all right with me once in a while. Yes, it is. Company, 'cause company's all right with me once in a while. Yes, it is. But oh, when me and that band get to loving, oh, I tell you that I take you. Chit-chat and smile, so don't send me no doctor filling me up with all of those pills. I got me a man named Dr. Feelgood, and oh yeah, takes care of me and my ears. They call me Dr. Feelgood. Taking care of business. Ooh, it's really this man's game, yeah. And after one visit from Dr. Feelgood, you'll understand why it's his name. and taking care of business. It's really this man's game. And after one visit from Dr. Feelgood, you'll understand why it's his name. Good God Almighty, it makes me feel real good, yeah.
Hey, everybody. I am so excited. I can't believe it's been a year since I found Kelli Baker and was able to interview her. And I think I referred to you, Kelli, as the rising of the Phoenix because of your Arizona roots. So welcome back to the Long Island Sound podcast. So good to see you and talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. So you got a lot going. I mean, I've been following your social media, and by the way, I think you do a great job. It's a great example for me on how to do it, although I don't have your looks or your talent, so it's a little harder for me, being an old man. But you've been back to Arizona, you've been to Minnesota, you've been at the bitter end, you were out at the Montauk Festival. Where are you going next?
So we're I have a couple big things in the works. Next, this upcoming weekend, we're actually going down to the Carolinas. So we're going to be doing a festival in Bluffton, South Carolina on Friday. And then we're doing North Carolina on Saturday and Sunday. That's just a short run. Then we'll be back. I'll be back on the island to do some private stuff over the weekend. And then I'm playing Brooklyn the following Monday. I'm here for a couple weeks, and then I go out on a larger tour starting in Arizona and then working all the way back across the country.
Wow. Hopefully the temperatures start to decrease because they're really baking, no pun intended.
Yeah,
Baker.
I know. At least, that's where I'm from. So
it's still got the thin
it's not
blood.
a shock. Yeah.
It's not bad. So where are you playing in North Carolina? What part of North Carolina?
We're playing in Charlotte and we're playing in Raleigh.
Wonderful. That's great. Yeah, I interviewed a guy from Long Island who's down in Lake Norman, a guy named Walter Finley. Great guy, Walter Finley and April Dawn. And and then you also introduced me to Brother Dave, who's introduced me to other people, and it's been really, really, really great. So I got to ask you this: a year's gone by, at least since we spoke.
My dog's barking.
That's right. That's keeping it real. He wants to be on the podcast. I get it.
Yeah.
So what surprised you this past year career-wise? How things have going for you?
Sorry, my daughter's walking in.
Say hello. She can pop on. It's okay. It's a family thing.
I probably would be, when we went to the IBC in Memphis, and that was in January, that combined with the National Women in Blues Showcase, that was something that really just took us, I would say, to the next level.
Nice.
The performances from there and the friendships that we made there and the connections that we made there definitely just catapulted us. And since then, it's been just a nonstop train.
Oh, that's great. I think that was part of the Long Island Blues Society.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember seeing you play at the Amityville Warehouse.
Yes.
And it was a really nice group, great group of people. I met Pamela Betty there. Yeah. And my friend Stephen Beery, who I went to Boy Scouts with, if you can believe that. He was like my big brother protecting little Stevie in Troop 159. But yeah, what a great group, and what a great way to help showcase your talent. And I think you went out with somebody else went out with you, right? There were two people who you won, right? Recognition.
Yeah, Tal Nacarado. He was, they have a solo duo category, and then they have the band category.
Great.
Tal he was playing solo.
Now, have you been to Memphis before?
I had not. I'd been to Tennessee and I'd been to Nashville a few times, but that was my first time in Memphis. Even though I'm not competing this year, I'm going to go down for the showcase, and not for the showcase. I'm going to go down for the IBC anyway because I loved it so much. I'm definitely going to be there anyway.
Yeah, for anyone who's listening, I had a boss in in Memphis, actually Germantown, outside of Memphis. And Beale Street is really a great place. It's a great tourist area, and there's music like every 10 feet you go, open air, they open the doors and you can just go from place to place. And BB King's is down there, another great place to hear music. But I'm kind of chatting too much. Tell me about the single you just released and the one that you're going to release. And then we'll yeah.
Our first one we just released on June 2nd. That was Dr. Feelgood, Love is a Serious Business. That's actually an Aretha Franklin song, but it just goes over so well at our shows that we felt like we had to record it. And that actually got some really good airplay, and we landed, we took the #1 spot in the #1 blues rock single on the Roots Music Report. We did #2 blues songs in general on the Roots Music Report. Those are all reporting, music stations for blues. And that's been great. We've been very fortunate. And our next one is Wicked Way Down, and that comes out July 28th.
Wonderful. So this should be airing around the same time. But I just want to say one thing, and I've observed this too. What's great about the fact that you're playing so much out and gigging out is you get that incubator of audience feedback when you play a song, and
right.
when it hits them, it's going to do well for you and give you the kind of exposure you really deserve. So tell us about the song "Wicked" and how it came about. I want the audience to hear it, and then we'll regroup right after we hear the song.
Okay. Yeah. Wicked Way Down. It's just, my writing style has changed. This one I wrote instrumentally first. And then I was just, I had like pieces, like I always do, pieces of verses and things like that I kind of put together. This one, I guess, is based on, the different ways you can take to get where you need to be, And we recorded this at Voodoo Studios as well as Dr. Feelgood in Port Jefferson with Mike Watts. And very happy with how it turned out. There's a really cool ending part to it where everything's kind of like meshing around, and I like to be a little more rock than just blues. Like the blues thing has been great, and I love the blues world, but I love the rock edge also. That's why I really like that studio, because they're a rock studio, and I like that grit, and so that definitely came through the recording and the mixing.
Yeah, it is when I think when you don't kind of narrow the definition of the genre where you play and expand out, that really kind of broadens out the audience, and the people say, hey, I really like what you do. And I hate to pin anybody down to a genre. It happens, people like to categorize, but yeah, throwing the rock aspect and seasoning into it is really kind of cool. Hey, let's do this. Let's jump right into it. Let's listen to the song. And then when we come back to the song, I got a few more questions and like to know what's going on. So what's the name of the song? Give it to me again and introduce it for our audience, if you wouldn't mind.
This is Wicked Way Down by Kelli Baker, and releases July 28th.
All right. Check it out, everyone.
Mother mercy, won't you shine on me? I've been hiding from the light. If I'm dirty, I've been crawling on my knees. The only way out was the wicked way down. Singing mercy, singing mercy, singing mercy. Who am I, the wicked woman, singing mercy, singing mercy. Ooh, have mercy on the wicked way down.
the people I interview, this is my first animal on the show. So keeping it. Hey, everybody, we're back with Kelli Baker, and we're keeping it real. We've got a special guest with Kelli today. And Kelli, who's our special guest?
This is Maggie.
Maggie. Hey, Maggie, how are you?
Or I call her Margaret, being formal. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, right in the camera. Excellent. Now, if you make her sing for us, I'm really going to flip out. But anyway, great song. It was really, really good to hear this. I love the fact that, Bam Bam, you introduced a song in June, and here we are in July, and you're pumping out more music, and I think it's really wonderful. Hey, can you tell me who's in your band? Let's give a shout out to those who support you on the road there.
So my bass player is Matt Hoyer.
Okay.
And my drummer is Andy Dwork. And my lead guitar player is Rich Vichlensky. And on that track, I have Bobby Sarnowski actually as well. He's on keys. So my band, I have a couple people that I bring in depending on what the venue calls for. Sometimes I have Jack Gordon come in on saxophone, but the core is the four pieces.
Nice. And they tour with you as well? They continue out on the road with you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Are you like touring more than you ever toured before? That's the feeling I get when I look at your
this
Instagram.
Is our yes. It's almost, I can't even believe that it's happening, honestly. This upcoming one in August, that's going to be the biggest run I've ever done. That's going to be about a month and a half. So,
wow. So you'll be a true road warrior out there.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. Like what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly. But you know what? I used to travel in business, and after a while, you get kind of used to it. You get into a routine, and if you know how to travel well with all the things that can change, and just kind of roll with the punches, that's what you do. Hey, tell us about the different social media. Give us your website and that sort of thing, so everyone can follow you. And we'll look, by the way, in the description for those who are seeing this on video or the audio podcast. You're going to have all the links to Kelli's music and her website and Instagram. But just let's give a verbal shout out of what you got out there, because I can't keep track anymore.
So my website is kellibaker.com. It's Kelli with an I. And I keep it consistent on every other social media platform. So Instagram, I have a Facebook music page, TikTok, Twitter, everything is Kelli Baker Music. It's universal, the same. So it's YouTube, same thing, Kelli Baker Music.
Right.
If you go to like Spotify or Apple, it's Kelli Baker because that's my artist name. But any kind of social media, it's always going to be Kelli Baker Music. That new Threads app, I parked it, but I haven't really put anything on there. I just keep it consistent so everybody can find me. Makes it easy.
Exactly. I mean, there's so much. I'm like a social media hound trying to figure out what the secret sauce is to get more exposure out there. And it's a lot of fun, but there's so much to learn. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I even use LinkedIn to get exposure, and that seems to be working. And it's just a different way to approach it. But anyway, you're a rising star. Absolutely. Well, I think your star is already up there in the stratosphere. So I really am happy for you and seeing everything that you're doing. Everybody, you got to see Kelli Baker live. You'll listen to her music, but I mean, you are a true entertainer, Kelli, and I really enjoyed every time that I've seen you out and about. And I hope to see you when you circle back to New York after your long trip. That'd be great.
Yeah, we have a great show coming up October 27th at the Cutting Room, which will be nice for the full band. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll definitely share that on gigdestiny.com, my social media. And Kelli, thanks so much on short notice hooking up with us on the Long Island Sound podcast. And we'll be in touch. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. Be well. Take care.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate the time you spent with us. Please subscribe and comment and visit us at gigdestiny.com. Till next time, be generous with your joy, keep your spirits high, and let the music take you on a journey.
be well. Peace.